guys, I'm in Belgium and this is my friend Peter. He also has a YouTube channel. What do you do?
Hi Joshua. Well, I have a YouTube channel and I talk about the road to entrepreneurship basically, which is about the hustle, the struggle, but also the fun moments of starting a business. And with this YouTube channel, I want to inspire people by just doing whatever they want and like start their own business. So
that's awesome. And he also travels a lot. So if you're into that kind of stuff, it's awesome. You should really go check out his channel. But today we wanted to show you how to do a photography studio on a budget, because I know there's a lot of you who want to do stuff on a budget. And I think it's really important if you want to sell something, for example, on eBay, or you have your own tiny web store. It's really important that you have good photos, right?
Sure. I've been into e-commerce for a lot of years. I've been selling cameras, computers, and so on. And I noticed that whenever I had good photos and of course a good description, I sold like things like very easily, because the photos are the first things that people look at. And if you use stock photos, for example, people see that. People notice when you use stock photos. If you use your own photos, you immediately like separate yourself from all the other amateurs. So this studio on a budget is something that I found a couple of months ago, and it's super cheap and I can still make actually pretty high quality photos. So let's go check that out, shall we?
Let's go.
Let's go. So I'm gonna show you how to make a homemade studio with, you know, very low budget. So I start by, of course, taking my IKEA tabletop. So this is a very cheap IKEA tabletop. I think it's 20 euros, not sure. It's about 1.50 meters on 75. So it's a good table as a desk as well. Then I got these very cheap self-painted supports. And I put some little thing on here, so the table is stuck on it, so it doesn't slide off the support. So we're putting the tabletop on here. Then we're gonna use these pretty cheap light stands. I think they're about 15 euros a piece. I got some extra because I needed for some extra lighting, but this is super cheap to use. I got about 6 of them, 2 for the backdrop and 4 for lights. So in this very cheap studio, I use 2 wooden planks as the side support for the backdrop. And as you can see here, I used some rubber things so that they don't slide on the ground. You see, they just stay put. What we then need is these very cheap clamps. You need about, let's say, 2, 4, about 8 pieces of those to make the support for the backdrop. First of all, we put these supports against the wall, like this. As you can see, it can't move to the sides anymore. So that's one part. So to avoid that these wooden planks are falling back, I used to use these rubber bands that you can find anywhere. So let's just put them on there. That. And as you can see now, it is pretty stable enough to put a backdrop on here. So let's do that. We need 2 more of these. So now let's take the backdrop. It looks like a fancy case for the backdrop, but it used to be the case for my slider that I don't use anymore. This is a very cheap 2 euro paper tablecloth that I bought in a local store here. So this paper is about 10 meters long, so you can cut a part of that has been broken, or that you tear apart, and I can use this multiple times for doing a photo shoot or video shoot. The next part you need is is the support for the backdrop. So you basically put it through the paper tablecloth, you put it here, and then you use these clamps to attach it to the side support. The next step is you actually just take down the tablecloth. Always make sure that the backdrop is making a nice smooth circle or curve so that the shadows are not visible. So do this, and you can even put some tape on this so that it doesn't go down. So just put it like this, and then we're good to go. We got 4 light stands, which are about 15 euros a piece. Of course, for the lighting is necessary for every shoot. Natural daylight is the best, but you don't always have like natural daylight. So let's use some lights for this photo shoot. The light equipment that I have is partly made of these very cheap LED beams. They're used for outdoor like lighting for a garden, for example. They were, I think, 10 euros a piece. So this is pretty cheap. I made myself the connection with the plug. So
that is very safe, huh?
Yes, it's Peter approved. We use these umbrellas to diffuse the light of these LED beams, as it is too white and too harsh. So we just put these on the light stands with these, I don't know what they're called, but we attach them on the tripods, on the light stands here. Like that. We just put them strongly together. This one as well. So I use these aluminum pieces to mount the umbrellas on here. So let's get this up. That's one. And let's just get it through the holes. Bam. You got yourself a beautiful light setup here. The umbrellas are really important as they diffuse the light. You will see that when we are putting a subject on the table here, that direct light is way too harsh, and you will see hard shadows in your subject. And these umbrellas help by, you know, diffusing the light. Like, it makes it a little bit softer, but it's nicer to look at the subject like that.
Those are some beautiful umbrellas.
Well, don't use them for the rain because they won't work. So, I also have some more, expensive equipment, although these lights, I think they were about 30 euros combined, which is not a lot. I got these LED lights from AliExpress for about 5 euros a piece, and they produce perfect light for this setup. I don't use umbrellas for these ones because they just don't fit on the holder here. So you kind of have to play with the distance according to the subject on the table. So the next part is actually the subject. Of course, you have to connect these lights, but if you want something to turn, for example, if you want to make a video of a turning subject, I use this IKEA turntable thing. I have this white cardboard thing and the IKEA turntable thing. We can put it on here, like this. And in that way, you can turn around this subject or the object for a video or even for photos more easily. So let's connect all the lights and let's get started. So let's use this little Canon camera as an example if you have a web shop and you want to sell this one. So we just put it on here. We use 2 lights with the umbrellas directly on the subject because it's more diffuse. The light is going to be more soft. Let me show you how the difference is if you use the light with a diffuser or not. So this is the light with a diffuser, and this is the light without a diffuser. See the difference? And these are only 2 lights. So let's put this diffuser back. So as you can see, the shadows are really soft. And when I take off the umbrella again, see they become, the lighting on the camera itself is also softer. So this is the studio on a budget. In all, let me think about the price. I think the tabletop of IKEA is about 15 or 20 euros. The supports are 5 euros. The backdrop was 2 euros. The supports are normal wooden planks. I think that's also like 2, 3 euros maybe. The clamps, they were from a very cheap discount store here locally. They were also like about 2 to 5 euros, not more. The light supports are about 15 euros a piece. The dishes with the LEDs are also about 30 euros for both of them. And then we have the umbrellas, about 5 euros a piece. The lights, 5 euro a piece, or maybe 10 euros a piece. So we have like a budget of about, I think it's about 160 euros for a complete photo studio that you can use for professional, semi-professional photos and videos.
So this was a photography studio on a budget, and I hope you liked it. It was something a bit different, something we just came up with on the way. So it's more vlog style stuff. So I hope you liked this studio on a budget. I think it was really useful. I know it would be useful for me if I knew this stuff like 2 years ago when I was starting my own business. So thank you, Peter. That was very nice of you.
You're welcome.
And if you want to see more of the life of a young entrepreneur, European people, go check out his channel.
Go check it out. Do it. And if you want to see more tech videos about, you know, home studios, go check out her channel. You're actually on the channel, so just subscribe while you're here, you know.
That is right. That's what you should do when you come to a channel that you like. Okay, we'll go now. It's a beautiful sunny day outside, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
See ya.